Um, well, let's before we talk about what happened last week, let's talk about the new Roll 20 and the mapping software. Let's get. Oh, how do I put the bookmark into? How do I move all the players to this one? Wait, hold on. I can't move the bookmark. Oh, there we go. Whew. Okay, can you see the new town map? If minor details have
Yes.
changed, they have changed.
I can see a black screen.
You can see a black screen. That's not helpful.
Yes. I
Kevin
see
is.
nothing here.
Do you have
Oh,
our
you didn't.
tokens on it? And did you remember to give those tokens vision?
I don't have your tokens on it.
Oh, now I see stuff. I see stuff.
Um,
I see it. I see a
how about
Dairy
now?
Queen, which is good. That is so funny, Nathan. You put a Dairy Queen.
Oh, you didn't see my advertisement last session, did you?
No, I didn't.
Oh my
That's
gosh, I
so
went to
funny.
Dairy Queen. I got a Superman, and it was order number 100. And then I took a picture of the. Here, hold on. Let me make sure that this gets started. What? My my drink just fell on the keyboard. Um, yeah, I hold on. I gotta definitely send that to you. Let's see.
So good.
Uh, sent the story's end. Uh,
Yup.
uh, the story's end. There we go. Yeah, I had my advertisement. Um, because I went to Dairy Queen and I somehow got order number 100, which was super lucky. Uh, yeah, so this is our map right now. We're at the top of this plateau. We got the road stretching on east, going then south. We got the road stretching west into the mountain kind of area. That is where we went last session with our NPC. And then we have this main level of the plateau, and then it goes up one, and we have like the guild hall and like a combat hall and then the manor. Um, and this is how it looks now. And then the town with the lady named Della there. And then, or sorry, the villages on the outskirts. Um, focus ping, bam. Um,
You can focus it. That's cool.
yeah, I
Like
gotta
puts it in
learn
the
how
center
to
of
do
our
that on
screen.
speed. Yeah, if you can
That's
right click,
amazing.
do you see that option for you to do the focus ping?
Ping everyone is what I can do.
You don't have a focus ping.
Yes. I do
Oh,
not have a
that's okay.
focus ping.
Big drats. All right. Well, going over last session very quickly, we were gathered in the center of town, and time had seemed not only to have returned to normal, but to be even more efficient than it normally once was. Um, which was amazing. We loved that. We got to do a long or a short rest in the matter of a few minutes, with no real seeming negative side effects, to our knowledge.
Nay,
Yep,
would you mind re-inviting me to the game? Yeah, never
sure.
mind. I can handle it. Nothing. Nothing. Just keep
Okay.
on doing what you're doing.
We ended up leaving town because we read that letter from Kuskelheim that said there was some sort of monster, and our NPC has been talking about like he was in the fog and basically he just kept, dying. And he was referring to like this man who would stab him through the heart, and the screams of all the other children, women, and men also dying as they left town. Um, you guys then set out uh, towards the west so you guys set out this way to go see what was up. But as we rode west, it was almost as if the sun instantaneously set as we cut through the forest upwards into the path into the mountains. And all that time that we once somehow have been more efficient with was now gone. Additionally, the NPC that was guiding us through these woods and up into the mountain pass um, was spouting a whole bunch of things that were very confusing. According to your keen mind feat, you can remember a couple things. The NPC brought up things such as the time slingshot, um, and the lord's wife of this town for some reason. Then, when we departed from the carriage onto the ground, all the horses and all the people had somehow disappeared. And I'll take you guys to that map real quick. Oosh. Let's see. If I plop you guys here.
It's rather disconcerting that the all the people just disappear.
Yeah, so once you guys got there, by the time you had arrived, which doesn't make sense because you guys cut out of town immediately after. So it's like somehow the sun had already set when you had arrived, and by the time you got here, somehow, yes, you guys were over here. All the people and even your own horse to your own carriage somehow disappeared as you arrived. And
So
the
we just
what'd you say?
and appears in our. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, go again.
Uh, I was just saying that like as we come into town, the horse disappears and our cart still rolling comes to a stop with the horse just not there anymore.
So yeah, he came to a stop up here, and the black mist at this point had like this swirling like mist that you see here, like this, had like kind of encapsulated the carriage at this point. Um, right now it's backed off a little bit. Um, but it encapsulated the carriage at this point, and Varric jumped down, um, brandishing his flag and, fighting against this darkness. And the darkness, this mist kind of actually seemed to be scared of him or something of that nature. It wouldn't be scared, but it would be somewhat synonymous there. Um, and it would rescind itself up from him. But then all of a sudden, our guy who led us up here seemed to have like a looming shadow over the back of his shoulder, and a banshee like creature appeared, releasing a scream, rescinding into the mist, and then consequently, the combat that began after that, it magically got one shot somehow, despite Varric's
I killed. I
attack.
basically killed it.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah. But Varric, when
basically
you
Nice.
attacked, you didn't feel like it connected.
no
Was the
wrong.
thing.
I totally felt it.
I think that Tev's character Barrick is a hero. He for sure killed it one hit. I've never
Yeah.
seen anything the like.
So it just exploded and died, and then reality seems to continuously get more confusing as this area that's supposed to have been like down below this cliffside magically all of a sudden after it died like a bridge just appeared and we walked it straight into this area.
Uh-huh.
And then our friend was like, guys, this seems like a safe area. We should get some rest here. It's already night. And then we set up a watch order. And that brings us to the present moment. I mean, unless there was anything else to remember, and I don't think there was. Was there? uh,
And I remember all of this, of course.
yes, you
I
remember
was the
all
one
this,
who
of
said
course.
this the whole time.
And
Of course.
so, let's see. Now starting the campaign, bringing us to the actual present moment.
I'm probably in a wagon.
We're all back here,
JC's making up
actually.
a camp.
Um,
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, we're all back here, actually.
oh,
Bigsby is looking
yeah,
at
of
the ring. He
course.
just opens his eyes, and our new NPC just starts screaming. He's sitting on his wagon in the middle of town with you guys, and he just starts screaming. It feels like you guys just got whiplashed.
I tell him, calm down.
Calm
That's
down.
it. I offer
What
I offer no further help.
do you mean, calm down? You guys just got murdered in front of me. What? What do
Calm
you mean,
down.
calm down? Oh
Calm down.
shit! You guys said
Everything's
you would
fine.
protect me if we go up there, but you guys just got as mad as I did, and then he came again and killed us all. What do you mean? Calm down. What?
As you can see, I have not been killed. But tell me this
No.
story that you
What do
think
you mean you
happened.
haven't been killed? Um, and some memories start flooding back to you as you all see this figure come back to your memories. Da da da. Into general. Oh no, not general. Not general. Weston's personal messages. Copy image. And into general. Boosh. Um, all you can remember is this guy with his grim face stabbing you through the heart. And all these memories start flooding back of every night previous where all you can remember is when I was stating your extremities feel like they pulsed or winced, it was a combat that had taken place um, outside of your memory. And you had been, cut to pieces every single time.
hmm.
Do I recognize this guy?
You do not recognize this guy. It is not a character any of you have yet to meet. Um,
Well, we've met him several times, apparently.
well, yes, minus. Well, I guess he has introduced himself. He is with his blade.
That's true. I will call him the Blade Guy.
JC, with your keen mind feat, you can recall specifics of the combat that took place. Any and all who were asleep, the mist started creeping towards, and they were consequently killed without any say. Those who were on watch, which I forget the watch order, and I was looking that up. But
I think Noah took first watch.
okay. Um,
I think I took second.
you noticed that this man had some sort of um, his shadow just grew from him in weird, grotesque shapes. Um, you are unsure if he is the beast that matches the description in the letter, but he was spewing some sort of rot out of his own teeth. His whole fighting style was a very ugly and grotesque endeavor. During the combat, he would purposely sever your limbs before going for your heart. Yet the most important thing that you remember is as he did slice through your heart, um, it's not as though you immediately just appeared here. More importantly, there was a part in between the two, a time into which you were not alive, but not dead. You can each remember some sort of dreamlike vision where it's as if you could hear voices of each other and people of this town. Many of them were screaming, but those who said specific words were along the lines of, and it sounded like they were actually talking to you guys specifically. These people of this town were screaming, "Give up, give up, let it go, just stop." And then, the rest of it was just their wails and screams of pain. And physically, you couldn't see anything. It was as if you were under a black ichory water, thick like tar and honey. Um, but you could hear
Hmm.
each of their screams, wails, and cries to specifically, it sounded like they were addressing each of you to give
I give up.
up.
I give up. I give up. You know what I mean?
I actually don't give up.
Yeah, I don't give up at all.
You don't give
I'm
up?
convinced that the only way I can save them is by never giving up.
Oh,
For
well.
sure, me as well.
Oh, well, then you guys are granted the chance to revive in the town, I guess, if you really want to. I mean, you
Oh,
could give up.
well,
You could give up.
I could at any time I could give up
Yeah, I mean,
because you
we
give me
can.
that option.
Yeah,
I'm
we
never
can
giving up.
reach the story's end if you just give up. Rock Lee gave up.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Rock Lee never gave up. First of all,
Wait,
he
hold on.
gave 110% more.
Well,
You
I
don't
don't think you're
understand.
giving
Rock Lee, my
110%.
boy, I'm going to give 190%.
Oh,
I need to
shit.
get even stronger.
As we fade back into consciousness in this town, we also notice that the local town color value is dropping once again. It seems as if it is not actively growing in color, it is actively diminishing in color. The
We need
pit
to go
has not
fucking
grown
fight
at
a
all.
kid.
We find the nearest kid and start fucking him up.
Fuck up some kids. Uh,
It's the only way to save the city as I punch a kid in the face.
color value grows by 100% in the town. The kid bleeding all over. It's like rainbows are falling out of his face. No.
I
But
knew it.
looking around the
See?
town,
We saved the city, Tevin.
we now
Only
notice that
through
we
we
actually are
can.
saved somehow in a new spot when we died. We come back
Have we
here.
already gotten to the upper crust of the city or no?
No. That was guarded
Not
by
yet.
one of
Okay.
the guards with the list. This is still day
Um,
304, I believe. Um,
I have a question.
yes.
Now that we are in the new spot, is this the spot where we beat the shit out of the kid?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Where are we now? Like when we're waking up?
So we were resting. Let me move us back to this map. Oh, you're on this map. Okay, perfect. We were resting right around here is where it was.
Oh, sorry.
Because the second lightning, it unstruck and then struck again, and then you guys took a short rest here, and somehow
Okay,
now we are tethered to this location when we die. Um,
but we're
the
still
kid,
dying at the
the
same time, so we just have less to the day now.
well, that was that specific day. The kid happened here, and that already happened today. After that event occurred, I believe the town shot up to like 75 color and should have still been 75 color at this point if it was yesterday. But today it is somehow 40 again.
Wow.
So
So we can't beat up a kid again. We've already passed that save point.
you have
Fuck.
already passed
Fuck.
that point. Um, and also,
This time we kick the shit out of an old person?
kid, I get a um perception check from each of you.
I would literally love nothing more.
There are a few things I would love more, but not many.
13 and a 15. Nice. Looking around you, each of our character players seems to be unharmed despite their, heart stabbing. and maiming and the sort. Um, but the non-character players around you, as per last session, we were talking about, and JC, you weren't here, but per your King Mind feed, of course.
Of
We were
course.
talking about our carriage rider and his afflictions. He started out as a skeleton, somehow miraculously healed by Varric and his small speech, um, to 65 points of color and having some semblance of skin and flesh. On our ride through the woods up there, he kept scratching his head, um, just the top of his temple, and it was actually like burning through his layers of skin into his skull. Today, you can see into his head. Once again, he is quite maimed. He is rotting, and I mean, he still has all his limbs intact, but he seems to be just corroding from the outside in. And this is actually a theme that you're now actually able to see throughout other NPCs. It seems that non-player characters are somehow just corroding in different ways, each of them. We saw this in Cameron a little bit with his appendages, specifically his right arm, just disappearing with each passing day. And we're seeing that
Yeah,
now with just passerbys. Almost all of them have
but
some sort of maim.
it did seem like we could reduce this if they retained more color, like it
It's
reversed it.
in specific that applied to this one carriage rider, but it wasn't even a heal spell that brought it back. He was healed by our friend Bigsby at one point, to which Bigsby, you get your spell slot back because we did jump back in time, but you don't get your hold person spell slot back because we're not there, unless you got it back from your short rest here, which is now completed. Um, anyways, uh, the heal spell that was cast on the uh, carriage driver did seem to have an effect that alleviated him, but not to the degree of his regrowth from Varric's um, just casual speech that he had with him as they were riding into town. All right, and that brings us to the present moment. You do see that some people are actually oops, I didn't mean to draw. Some people seem to be focusing more on the pit right now. They're gathering around it. Not gathering like there's something big going on, but it's just like there seems to be a little bit more action over there today. But otherwise, that is all I have to say.
That we Is there anything notable happening in the pit that we can tell or no?
Not really. I mean, they seem to be gathering pieces of wood and bringing it over there. They seem to be building something, but it just began as of a few minutes ago.
I'll
We
walk
asked.
over and ask
Yeah.
what they're building.
Um. Oh, how are you today, sir? Oh, you're looking mighty fine.
I always am.
Hey,
What is it that you're building today?
Oh, well, yesterday some of our townsfolk came up with a great game where we had combat around the pit and the losers would fall in. It was quite glorious. Um, Today we're going to try and build a platform of sorts over the pit to have better combats, really, for the sake of the festival. Ah, yes.
I have an even better idea.
Oh, what is your better idea? Oh,
My idea is we do a series of increasingly more profound arm wrestling contests, leading with the grandest of all contests between the grandest of champions,
That's
where
not a
all
bad
people in the
idea.
town can fight for glory and honor.
Well, you might have a hard time doing something like that, because it seems like some of our townsfolk today are hiding. I don't know where everybody is, but it should be a little bit busier than now.
I say in a loud voice, "Gather everyone! We fight!" And hopefully people will go and scatter and grab as many people as we can.
Well, I mean, if you want to have us all do a arm wrestling duel, I'm happy to do something like that. But there's plenty of other people you could gather. I'm kind of working on the pit fight right now.
Pit fight can wait.
You think so?
I guarantee. I
Oh,
guarantee this is more
Guarantee.
exciting.
okay. And what is the
I turn to
big
Varric.
prize that you seem to be oh so sure of will
I turn to
grasp our
Garrett.
hearts?
Yeah, I turn to Varric and go, "We have to get color into these people. They're going to die."
Well, if they keep pushing each other into the pit, then they're definitely going to die.
Yeah, we can't let them fight. We have to let them get color some other way. And you bastards like conquering each other. So I figured arm wrestling's a good alternative.
Yeah, yeah, okay. And I will. I'll get on board with this plan, and so I'm gonna go ahead and slam my staff into the ground, bringing it out
Okay.
to its full banner,
Yeah.
and start waving it and go, "People of this fair town, I am a visiting noble, and I am here to lead in a great arm wrestling bout to see who's strongest on this fine celebration of today. My friend here believes he can best anyone from the hills of Beirut, and we have to show him that we're here to be the strongest. Who here can defeat this outsider telling us that he is the strongest?"
I do my best to be
And
imposing.
I
Tevin,
will
you do
go ahead
have
and
a feat, don't you? The speech feat, correct?
I wanted to say that I took that,
I think
but
you did take that.
I think I did
Could
take
I
that as
get a persuasion check from you? Or sorry, a
I
performance or would be more proper, I believe. Is that correct?
So
yes,
yeah.
performance.
Okay. Could I get a performance check? Whew. Oh shit. Okay. Um
Hell yeah.
Gang gang.
you are
Um
met
Dang dang.
with uproar quite immediately. Somebody believing that they could best the hills of Beirut as an outsider just strikes some chord with these people. Specifically, you hear an armored individual approach from the stables over yonder. None other than himself, the guard captain, with his large broadsword made of some sort of molten material, approaches. I like your words. A mere arm wrestling competition might not satiate me, though. Perhaps we duel over the pit. What say you?
Uh, I turn to him and go, "How could you possibly duel me? A duel to the death would be over too quickly. We must make this a round of 5."
A round of
Yes,
five.
yes. 5 different competitions between these two great champions. Isn't that what you all want to see today?
Yeah! Yeah! They're just going wild. They're
We will start
Hooked on your
with a foot
words.
race.
Oh. The crowd is completely hooked on this, that they just overrun any opinions where anyone could say differently.
I'm like putting on more armor and getting ready for a fight, and they're like a foot race. I'm like taking off armor.
Oh god.
They shall run all the way around the town. The first to make it back here
Halfway.
to the hole.
Halfway.
Nope.
Fuck. Oh god. Okay. I start stretching.
Then,
Oh,
after they make it back here, they must drink 5 mugs of ale.
Oh my god.
And then another
I
foot race.
agree to
Oh,
this
no.
challenge, but it would be far too easy to do it under the precepts of the hill. Ooh, hold on. I found a very pretty moth.
30 rounds.
I'm so sorry. I got so distracted. This is the pretty
No,
moth.
you're right. Case race first. Case race. Then we run them around the town. Then
I look at you pleading, like just
archery.
hoping.
We have them
And
shoot
then
apples
archery.
off of each other's heads.
This sounds like my
It's so
sort of
good.
competition.
Then axe throwing, and all that culminating with a fight over the pit.
Oh my god, not the pit.
The crowd goes wild. Ah, yes, a fight over the pit.
How much color have I added to this town already? Just in describing
The
this
town,
great bout.
once again, it keeps topping out at like this 75, 80 range, where it can it climbs very quickly to that range on this day of the festival. Um, we have yet to really surpass that number, but we seem to be holding onto it at this current point again.
Okay, and is people's skin holding onto their faces again?
No, not quite. It seems like the color
Fuck.
more so is really giving way to the objects around them, the flags, their weaponry, their objects that they carry and hold. Similar to you players, where your color is focused on some of your objects, that is their current standing as well. But they have not healed miraculously all of a sudden.
I turn to Varric and go, we have to make this intrinsic, implicit, burned into their soul. They have to feel it. We have to win.
Mm,
All right.
or maybe
Well,
we need to get them involved.
Yeah, we need to get them involved.
Well, they are
Uh,
all getting ready for this race. They are starting to set up everything that is needed. The builders are building faster to create the pad over the pit for our combat at the end. People are grabbing alcohol. Some people are getting ready to perform in some form of their own gauntlet towards the same route that you just proposed. Um, so it doesn't seem like it is only you two that are competing right now, Salis
Oh,
and
good.
Guard Captain. But it seems like they're all trying to run a similar gauntlet that was proposed. With, I
fuck.
believe, the setup was a case race into a physical race into axe throwing into combat, or was there more?
No. Between the race and axe throwing, they're shooting apples off of each other's heads with bows.
Off of each other's heads.
Yes.
Apparently, that's what
Okay.
was proposed.
Okay. Yes. And then axe throwing. We attempting to even ascertain how we're going to set up the rules for any of this. It seems like the townfolk is just rolling with it. They're talking about like if you hit each other with the bow during the apple on top of your head moment. If you get struck by the opponent gets some sort of bonus during the next round against you, um, like
I get a
maiming
bonus
you.
for shooting you.
Um, if you get hit by the arrow,
Okay,
as opposed to
okay.
the
Oh,
apple.
I was gonna
Um,
say.
the opponent, you'd get a bonus against your opponent if you got hit. Additionally, the foot race seems to not entirely get them super stoked as it was once proposed, but they start adding rules to it as they set up things where it's like it's a foot race, but each of us also get to have one weapon out of three that are given to us. The three are a rope, a just a mere stick, just just a 5 foot stick, a rope, or a fishing rod.
What?
They just grabbed
I'm
random
gonna come in
objects and
with a little bit
items.
of direction and like
We're gonna
organize
roll
this
with it.
better. As I'm like noticing things happening, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, instead of the rope, like tie 2 stones around it so you've got a bow loss."
Why
And
wouldn't we just use a rope? You could tie your opponent up while he's in the middle of the race.
yeah, but a bow loss you can throw at somebody and it'll tangle up their legs so they'll fall while they're racing. It's just a
Oh,
much
that's
better weapon
really wait.
in
You
terms
could
of
do
the
what?
race.
That's sick. Hold on.
Yeah, no, I got you guys.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's so
I'm
much
like,
better.
And instead
I'm
of
the
that, just like
outsider.
tie a
Tevin.
loop of rope around it so that you can collar each other. I'll
Yeah,
like
yeah,
show
yeah.
them how to make like a
They're like, oh shit,
like
how
once
many
you usually catch
bonuses do we
dogs.
each get?
I'm like looking at Tevin as I'm supposed to be like the outsider who's gonna be beaten by the people in this town. I'm like looking imposing, but definitely nervous
All the
because
kids are
Tevin is
gathered around you,
weaponizing the
Salas,
kids.
and they're like, "Oh my gosh, look at him, the big bad! Look at this evil fuck!" They're all booing you, Salas, but
Yeah,
it does seem to provide their individual personages with some color.
exactly. I'm winning. I
Just a
looked
few
even more
points,
angry.
just like
Uh,
not even a full 10, but you notice something brewing inside of the people, specifically the
I'm
children.
bringing back their innocence. A
Um,
little tear comes to my eyes.
let's
Me
see.
re-versioning the olive oil.
Yeah, what? Because I come from a town where the color is based off of innocence, and I think that I'm making them better people, but they're just screaming at me with their belief of color. So it's just like conflict and death and attacking, and so I think they're becoming more innocent, but really they're just becoming more like crazed and violent.
uh, Varicus, you're setting up this whole thing, working out the kinks in the system for it to all flow smoothly. You see one person. Um, he looks drunk and stumbling, but it most likely is due to his maiming. He's like crossing in front of you. He falls, he gets back up, he looks at you, and he just says, "Why can't you just stop trying? Do you not remember dying like the rest of us?" And he just looks away as if he'd forgotten where he was and then just continues stumbling his own way.
What was that?
Look up
You
to
cut out for
the.
me.
Oh, which part? When did I cut out? Oh no. Oh no.
You cut out. You cut out after he started saying, "Why don't you start? Why don't you stop trying?" That's
So
that's
he
what cut
said,
out.
"Why don't you stop trying? Do you not remember dying like the rest of us?" And then he forgets where he was once again and gets up and stumbles his own way away from this whole event. Um,
I look up towards the sky. Actually, I'm gonna look towards the pit
yeah.
and kind of like brandish my banner before it, or like just kind of like plant it in the ground and just be like, I'm gonna be like, I don't know how you knocked the other nobility in this town into your horrid games, but I am more strong-willed than these peasants you have fooled. I will defeat you. And then I'll just turn back towards like the other villagers and keep getting them more excited with more violent ways to turn this into a shit show.
Okay. Let me pull out a
All the
physical
while, I'm
notebook.
freaking out.
Let's get a physical notebook out real quick. So, um, getting this event to have some rules for our main event, which is Salus versus the guard captain, whose name I right now don't remember, and I won't try. I think he was introduced. Do you have his name, Salus? I think
The
Gerwit, the leader
okay,
of
let me
I have
see.
the
Guard Captain
guilds.
McCormick written
McCormick,
down,
that
but
is it. Thank you. Perfect.
well,
Yeah,
So McCormick Rick, versus Salus. Um, rules as written. How many boluses are we doing for the race?
so each racer is going to have one rat catcher stick and 3 bolas.
All right, perfect. A
And the entire
case
town's gonna be
race.
racing at once. Case race, each person has to drink a full keg.
All
Just like
right.
one of the small ones. It's like one of those.
Oh, the
You
whole town is
or
racing at once. Perfect. That includes
yeah,
Salus
yeah, yeah,
versus
yeah.
McCormick.
So
Yeah,
we're
yeah, yeah.
going
yep,
this is like
Okay,
100%.
perfect.
we're
Good thing
not
they
stopping
all
in
are
between
making you
events.
the bad
We're
guy,
going.
right?
This is like
Yep, this is gonna
Dude,
be
you're
fine.
no,
so
no,
fucked.
no, no. It's not everyone against the newcomer. It's everyone against everyone.
True. Yes, of course. Yes.
I'm continuing to fan the flames, and I'm like, if you can't even beat each other, how can you prove to the newcomer that if we need all of the people in this town to beat one newcomer,
Mm.
how are
Mhm.
we to prove our might? We must prove first that we can beat each other,
We
and
are
that
the
only the
hills of
best member of this
Faerun, of
town.
course. If I can't defeat my neighbor and how many fish I sell, how am I supposed to, tell him I'm merely better? And that singular man
Exactly.
grows by 15 points of color. And, it's
And perhaps
as he
McCormick's not
feels.
even the best one to fight him over the pit. If you can't beat each other, if you guys can't beat McCormick, who are we? Everyone needs to fight to their best, and you need to beat each
I
other.
I call out to the crowd. I go, if McCormick can't beat me, who will?
They just start going wild. We got a case race into a race with a rat catcher and 3 boluses around the whole town. Um, everybody has to meet up at the Dairy Queen for a snack, of course. We're racing through an ice cream because
I
DQ
like
is our
the idea
sponsor,
that
by the way.
everybody.
Um,
Yeah, I was gonna say I like the idea that in the middle of preparation, we all just kind of have a sit down and we're just drinking blizzards, going like, so how do
yeah,
we make this even crazier?
yeah.
Like everybody's like cooperative.
Okay. How is the axe throwing? So we got case race.
Okay, so
You got to
case race
stop at
is
the
gonna go.
DQ.
Hold on. Case
No.
race is gonna go directly into the race, and
Yeah.
then depending on how you finish in the race,
Mhm.
you get paired off into the archery competition.
Okay. Got it.
So those who finish the archery competition first,
Uh huh.
or those who finish the race first, get some sort of advantage in archery.
Okay.
That's what it is. You have to go further and further away the
Uh huh.
slower you finished in the race.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you finish first, you're just doing like a little 10 foot from each other. If you finish last, we're up to like a 50-foot difference between each other.
Okay. And what is the penalty
Yeah,
if you hit your opponent instead of the apple?
If
Then in that
if you hit
case,
your
if it's a
opponent,
whole town.
you're disqualified. You're out.
Okay.
You don't get to go on to axe throwing.
Yeah. So you get disqualified. You get DQ'd. Um.
Yep, DQ'd
Everybody who gets
off to the
DQ'd
Dairy
goes to the
Queen.
DQ. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I like this. Um.
So then we go to axe throwing.
Mhm.
Axe throwing, but axe throwing is at each other. we're playing axe catch.
Oh,
Eggs
okay.
catching.
Okay. And the first one to just not catch it and get hit just is
Yeah.
maimed.
Disqualified again.
They what?
Disqualified.
Okay, DQ, yeah. And they're maimed. As per
And they're
that
maimed.
sounds like a pretty good Beirut thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure we
And
got some healers on standby.
forged in the fray, as we all say. Yeah!
And then that's gonna culminate in fight over the pit.
Pit fight.
We'll do axe jug or axe catch with everybody until there's only like 10 left, and then we do a 10-person death match over the pit.
Perfect.
Fuck, now I want. Never mind. I can't be a part of this.
All right.
I think. Wait, hold on, Tevin. I think as your character's like considering that you can't be part of it, I like wink at you and I just go. I don't even think that your strongest nobility can fight me and beat me. I don't think that even the greatest among you can beat me.
I can't be a part of this.
You have to be a part of this. It's
This is not
over.
a good idea.
One of us is gonna kill the other one.
In the
You
pit.
like see my eyes like widen, and then I'm like there's like true like. Actually, just go ahead and do an insight check for me.
Yeah. So,
Ooh.
an 8.
You're like you like see my like eyes get like really like mad at you, and then I just go, well, maybe we can get some more of the nobility down here. I'm just a visiting lord, so I can't represent this town. But some of you go off to the inner city and get some of the nobles to come down and join this great celebration.
Yeah. And you see them run up there. You can, Salus, from this distance, you can actually see all the way to the top. As per previously described, the distance, let me get my measuring tool out. Can we all see, if I were to measure, can you all see that line right here?
Yeah.
Perfect. This is about a 5 to 7 minute walk, so it's between a quarter and a half mile, somewhere in there. Uh, then continuing on the distances, they get all the way up to here, and you could see some of our villagers going into the guild hall, and some of them approaching like the little guard station that we previously saw right up on the second step. They start talking with the guards, and you do see some nobility start pouring out. And specifically, you see from this distance one character start walking down, into which the mere color around this character, you can't see any details from here, but it's as if they are a walking torch of color out to this
Fuck
world.
yeah. Now we're getting somewhere.
And as they start making their way down, uh, it seems that you've roused 15 people of nobility. You don't know how many have gathered with their A party invites, but you've roused 15 people, one of which is a woman who seems to have 100 points of color.
All right. Watch
And
this.
they're all gathering in the town.
I'm going to nod to them with respect, but then continue to like rouse the like townspeople. Like I'm the ringleader of this event.
Yeah,
Everybody knows I'm in charge, and I'm, but I'm shooting like sly glances at this lady. I'm like,
yeah.
I see you. I'm gonna come talk to you at some point, but like, I got shit to organize right now. I'm a busy guy, but trust me, I'm gonna get to you.
So in wholesome total, we brought the color of the town up to about 80 points. Then individuals, specific ones and general ones, have gained some points of color back. And then the nobles came down, and the town, while preparing for this, dips to 70 points of color for no known reason. You noticed a small dip.
Do any of the nobles gain in color when that dip happens?
No, not a single one. You would have thought that bringing down the nobles would cause a gain in color.
Especially considering one of the nobles has 100 color.
Correct, yes. Yeah, one of the nobles does have 100 color.
I'm gonna try to like gaze out and gain some insight over the crowd and like understand whether they like are uncomfortable at all that the nobles got here, or if like what could have caused them to become less excited, if anything.
I will allow you an insight check.
Cool.
He gets that. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
You are unable to ascertain what has occurred in this town to make it such. You just notice that it seems that our efficiency and our work,
Oh,
not
hold
our
on, wait.
ethic. Huh?
I'm gonna go ahead and use a little bit of this, if that's cool.
A little bit of what? One of your extra
oh, that'd be good.
toes? All right, go for it.
Getting a little sick, nasty. Better than a 3.
You were slightly dumbfounded for a mere moment, and as you look around the town, you notice a little bit of your own rapport is dwindled slightly.
That's rough.
You just something just dumbfounded you so hard that people were like coming up and asking you questions, and you just sat there for a moment, going, "Ugh." The sun itself seems to, at this current moment, be moving normally. We started putting this whole event together about 50 minutes ago, and it seems that 50 minutes have passed according to the sun up to this point. So nothing abnormal in either a positive or negative way. Um, is there anything else we would like to do?
I'm gonna spend 10 minutes with I will actually use my inspiring leader feat as well.
Okay.
But just on my boy Salas.
Okay.
Sick.
And so it's not gonna help you that much in this contest, but you know, some temp hits.
Okay.
Got you, dog. So you'll get 5 temporary hit points.
Oh, so sick. Love that for me. Dude,
Um,
Inspiring Leader is honestly so underrated. It is so good.
I like it.
Otherwise, I think we should leave this event till next session. Um,
Okay.
Or we could do that.
so I can set it up with some better maps and minis and all that
Cool.
stuff.
Is it possible that Noah's character could possibly try to get one of the A passes from one of the nobles? I don't know if that's something that his character would want to do.
That is an option that he has to try and converse with them. You guys have yet to see the design of what an A list pass looks like, or a B list pass. I gotta actually physically create that, which I will do for preparation of next session.
I'm definitely going to be talking to the nobles during the competitions, so
Okay.
So maybe
that's
you'll be the one who could do that instead.
I mean, I will not be lifting any passes. I have a 6 dexterity, but
with
I
people
can.
building this structure over the pit, previously we had believed that the ground was quite stable around it, and you'd have to like break it off a chunk because it is like on this, stony plateau. Um,
Mhm.
but the pit seems to be acting differently right now. It's hard to quite describe it. Um, Bigsby would have mentioned the fact that it's louder. Um, Previously, it was stealing uh, a small tone from his own ears, and he could tell because he has quite the ear palate. But he can hear that it's just a duller and slightly louder noise. It's as if it is trying to pull something into it. Um, and our nobles seem to rescind themselves a little bit further from the whole event. Otherwise,
So the nobles are moving away from the event. They're not going to participate. Is that what you
it,
said?
it seems like they are still watching, but they're congregating further for some reason. Um, they were up at these stalls, kind of hanging out with people. It's not like in the hills of Beirut, specifically in the town of Miran. It's not like nobles are some force that's so, out of this world from the common folk, especially in the town of Miran, and anyone visiting here for this event. They are highly willing to intermingle, and they were, hitting up the shops and everything, especially on the festival day before, the big finale tomorrow. But for some reason, they slowly congregated um, over towards this one instead of they were bouncing around to different areas. Um, but it's almost as if they are inching away from this event.
Hmm.
Um,
Just the event or the whole?
you can't really denote the difference.
I'll go over and talk to them once we start the case race and the race.
Okay, perfect. Um,
All right.
Otherwise, the town is at 70 points of color, and other than a few characters really just blanking on where they are, um, there isn't anything too specific that is going wrong.
Cool. Then
And
we're
I
doing
think
a
we
We're
lot
can
better
gonna
than
save
call
the
it
this
end of
there.
fucking
last
city.
session.
And I think that's it. Are we good? I think that's a great place.
Yeah,
We did enough
that
little
time.
riddles. Um
Now I just have to beat 75
oh
villagers in a foot
oh
race
yes.
while drunk.
Also talking about a little bit of last session in your keen mind feat, Salis. At one point a check was made by Varric towards his schooling. And if he'd learned anything about this thing called a time slingshot. It seems that you and Varric had very different schooling methods because he, went, yes, yes, the time slingshot. And you went, what the fuck? What the fuck? um, it seems each of you had some different type of schooling growing up. Um, but
Well,
otherwise,
duh. I'm a noble and he's a filthy peasant.
from a different area,
All
too.
right.
Yeah.
Listen, first of all, you haven't asked my character if they're a noble. Second of all,
Is that how it works?
I don't know.
You just get to
Seems
be one.
reasonable to
Oh,
say.
are you a noble? Yes. All right. Uh, Seems good with me. The end.
Yep.
Cool.
The end. Oh,
Oh,
we died?
also,
Fuck.
also, you start to try and remember something, Salas. This one guy was traveling with you, but you can't remember his name.
Oh no.
Casper. Yeah, Casper's not here today. He did not apparate at the start of this day where he once was yesterday. You can now remember when you were in that black ichor with all the screaming, dying people. You heard Casper say, I give up. And he no longer exists in this town in physical form. The end.
The end.
Oh, good.